Hi
guys, today I'm going to be doing a video review of the Power of the Primes Snarl. Yeah, Snarl. Quite a good figure. Could have been better though. Could have been better. But overall it's actually quite nice. It's its own new mold completely. So articulation. Front arm does a full 360. Same with the back. So if it looks a bit weird, and the knee does a 90 degree. Tail, I mean, you can unhinge it slightly to, I don't know, make it look like it's a bit higher, so he's a bit happier, I guess. Even then, he constantly looks depressed. So not much articulation. Size comparison. Cup, Astaroth, and weapons. But what you can do is you can turn the feet into separate guns. So you just split them in half, flip that in, come to the toe section and just flip this out and peg it into his hips. Luckily with mine I didn't have to shave it down with the pegs, because with the feet being similar molds to all the other ones that Perfect Effect / Combiner have done, the pegs sometimes get a bit tight with certain ones, but you can do this with it and it don't look too bad. I mean, it's probably one of the better looking ones than the rest, other than the fact that it's on his legs. But I mean, he's got thick back legs, so I don't know, I guess it kind of makes sense. So let's get down to transformation. Take those off. Now I will show you how to do Volcanicus in this video, because I've filmed the Volcanicus a couple of times and it isn't that long of a video, so I'm just going to mash it into one. Sorry if that upsets you, but meh. Right, first come to the back, flip the legs right over these pegs. They don't clip in, but they kind of clip in the joint here. You know why? With friction. Spread the arms up. You want to flip the head and unpeg it. And then to do it, you want to get your nail in here, these two little pegs here, and you want to flip it out. If not, you might break it, because I've done it a couple of times and it's hard if you don't do it that way. Flip the legs out. Come to the back. Fold them in and flip the heads down. Come to the arms, get the hands and flip them out. Same with the other side. And then come to the tail section, split, flip, come to his back and flip these out. And flip his head out. Clip it in, not all the way, but just a bit. And there you have Snarl in his robot mode. Only problem is his head's a bit small, but it's understandable, and if he had a bigger head it would kind of look weird, I guess. I don't know, it's a bit mixed opinion. Size comparison. Astaroth, Cup, weapons. Now, one thing that you can do is you can give him the massive guns, or if you don't like using the big guns because it isn't very G1-y, you can use Sludge's hand gun, literally. But I like I showed in Slags and Sludge's video. But you could give him the Gatling guns, but if you do, bend his arm, because then it won't droop. I mean, it don't droop, but I have noticed that it does over time, and he don't look too bad with them. He really don't. He's probably one of the only ones that look good with the big guns out of any of the combiners. If I just boop, and you have him with the Gatling guns. Or, oh my days! I just ripped off his hand. I didn't know that. There we go. But you can get the hand flip, come to the back, that, and flip the things like that, and stick it in his left hand. Like I've stated with the other videos, I'm doing it off the G1 toy art, box art if you will, and his sword. Put that in, and here you have him with the other his weapons, and he looks pretty good. Wait a second, no, I've done it wrong. Yeah, right-handed, so that in his left, right, in his right. Now he's done properly. Now one thing you might notice is that mine has a leg problem. I have two upper left legs. It's annoying. It was annoying at first, but I've kind of grown to like it, because I mean, I guess it's unique in that sense. But yeah, one problem that I have though is the arms. With them cut in there, it makes it look really thin. If they could have maybe and they couldn't have really widened it, because then for combined mode it won't look right. But it is fair at the same time, because then you could, because this gold piece gets in the way. But nonetheless, I mean, you don't need it for robot, because it don't get in the way. So they could have still had it here, which would have been nice. Another thing you could do is get this hand and just turn it into its normal hand configuration, like so. But instead flip the thumb down. Now the thumb can work as a handle, so in theory you can kind of give him a shield. So yeah, now let's get him into foot mode. Hands in, flip the tail back, flip his head in, keep these open, flip those in, flip the heads out, stomach and half head out, and flip them in like so. Flip those back in, and clip the heads. I personally flip these down and just have the arms out like this. Leaves the gap, but it makes more sense with a robot of Volcanicus. And flip these up like so. Combine the part, take it out. And if you just excuse me, I need to do his foot. And here you have him in his leg form, which is very nice. Articulation's exactly what you'd expect, you know, just that and that. And it don't get affected by the legs with this one in particular. Now I'm just going to cut off in so I can get my setup done for Volcanicus. Right, here we go. First of all, we're going to make the sword. So, what we'll do is get the axe, get soldier's part, snarls I mean, and push that in. A moment. And push that in. Get sludges. Push it in. Then get grimlocks and swoops. Peg them. And then you want to just slot them into each other. And you have Transformers Buster Blade. Get slag. Stick him in. And then get Grimlock. So if the camera's a bit shaky, it's my first time doing a combiner. Or anything this big. Because at least if I do it this way, I know that it will work for other big ones. There's Volcanicus with those. Stick his arm on. And stick swoop slash on. But we're not done yet. Then you need to get the Starscream crown that I showed you in the Grimlock review. Link not in the description below because I don't know how to do it. And then you can have his sword in multiple ways. You can either... Oh, I'm so sorry. Dang it. Whoa. There we go. Actually, no, not there we go. There we go. Can have it on his back. Like so. Peg it onto the side of his hip, either side, and a bit like that. Now he's quite a stocky fella, and I love him. He's magnificent. Now, one thing that you can do, another thing is, you can kind of get his sword into his hand. Now, the reason why I didn't use Snarl as a hand is because, not because of the hip thing, but because his joints aren't strong enough. Now you can't really use swoop because his joints are loose. And two, you can't really use his slags because slag can fit on the arm, but sludge doesn't fit on the leg. Unless you twist them, then you can make them fit. And you can get the hand, and it says to tab it into that slot here, where it don't hold it properly. Now what you can do is squish the fingers, the bottom three as much as possible, and then make sure there's a bit of room so you can actually get it in the sword, and slot the sword in, and then you use the thumb to grip it, and it rests in the hand pretty decently. I'd use blue tack just to get it in more, but I don't have any blue tack, sadly, so that's out of the question. And then you can just stick it in his hand, and then you can have the Buster Blade, but a lava Buster Blade, I guess. Size comparison wise, Astaroth, Cup, Defensor, and Wild Force Megazord. Review coming soon. Now, all the articulation goes as what I've showed you in the other videos, apart from the fact that Swoop can do 1 click, 2 out of push, but you risk knocking his head. And Sludge can do 2 clicks. Actually, no. Yeah. 2 clicks, maybe 3 out of push. Alright, here's just a head view of his head. So that's what his head normally looks like, and you can stick the crown on. I'll make it look like that, which looks much better. This is what he will look like with the upper legs turned around. Now you may notice that they look different. It's because I've done custom stickers for it. Don't worry, no paint damage or plastic damage. But just imagine that with the other stickers that you normally get. So this has been my review of Power of the Primes Volcanicus with VPCW add-on kits. Spurs.